right, we're live. Thanks for bearing with us there. We are in the action. Hot in the action as well. EG's got a bomb plant. And this retake, well, a lot of it's going to depend on what spek can do here on the flank, but he's been a little timid to get into it. Now he's going to get first. Nicely found, but loses a teammate in the same breath, so it's all about spek. Clear in the corner, nicely done. All about spek indeed, as he's the last man alive, but he's reading this so well. Spek might just be able to win this out, but now the time is just going to have gotten past him. There's no kit here, and so he has, in fact, lost a valiant effort there from spek, but just not enough time on the clock to make it happen. EG, a big pistol win.
Great start on their map pick on the T side of Ancient as well, getting things kicked off nicely with that victory. Had to remove the spek from their brother's eye, and it took them getting a plank out of their own eye first, but they got the job done there, Mike, and that's what matters in the end. It's just the pistols now for Party Astronauts, the double flashes and the nade, and the USPs, the good old USPs. And I don't think anyone's going to take the silencer off of those and give us something fun to look at, but a mid-stack from PA is an interesting call, and if EG are so inclined to push into this, it could get messy. As it stands, this firing squad works for at least one, and I like this call from PA here. Nice little curveball, gets a kill. That's kind of the best you can expect on this kind of a round.
Yeah, I mean, so the ideal there is that you have one or two players completely isolated and you just kill them and then you've got gun upgrades. I love the idea. I love using the smoke burst to your advantage in that kind of a situation. You know, you've got a smoke in towards red, they're clearing in towards donut. Hopefully a player's close. Obviously, it doesn't work out here. EG are very tentative with it. They're very prepared for something tricksy happening. So they just lose the one. But I love that creativity coming out from Party Astronauts. I think that maybe my favorite part of Counter-Strike 2 is the changes to smokes and seeing the creativity the teams can deploy as far as when to pop them.
I have to agree. The smoke change is hands down, honestly, probably the best change that Counter-Strike has ever made. It just brings so much versatility to the game. It makes AG so much more valuable, too. And just the timings you can work with smokes, the fakes you can run with them, both psychologically and otherwise. Automatic's burning. He's roasting. And he's a barbecue Tim for right now, down to 30 HP. It's a great start for PA, although they have taken some damage on spek. These smokes around on Ancient can yield some very fun and zany finishes to some engagements. Look at all this mid-control here from EG. A lot through his automatic charges into house. Ben takes down his second, though, and I think he's expecting automatic through as well.
Those are the players in the corner. Big kill for Ben. If he drops there, they're in a lot of trouble. As it is, though, this is going to get interesting. The push in from spek is unorthodox. Here playing in the smoke. Actually don't know he's here, but he's not going to be able to get the kill. Jeorge get the reload off just in time. And now with the bomb down and the choke points locked off, a main control and donut control, this is a very tough retake. There's not even a kit. Frankly, PA might want to just pull the plug on this one. Gonna give it a look. First kill on, a second as well. Time's such an issue. Digging out the donut player. Chop can't do it. Now they're on the bomb proper, and they do have to commit, but with automatic gone. Oh, could have been enough, but Jeorge has it. That's the problem with A-Main and Donut both being under the control of the T's. The bomb will detonate. They get so close. There's no cigars for the Party Astronauts.
Only for EG there. Really only for Jeorge. He's the one who won that round in the end, but that was a nifty little double from him too, because only if you only got the one, then it doesn't even matter. The defuse is still happening, so great work by Jeorge to take care of both targets in his vicinity and get EG off to a 3-0 start here on map number 2. In case you guys missed map number 1, it was 13-7 in the favor of the Evil Geniuses. It's a half buy here from the Party Astronauts, and now that's saved AK for Ben. The dualies, the 5.7, and the CZ75 coming through on Grizz. That's a gun I've not seen in a minute, but you can actually add it with the pistols now. You can have both the 5.7 and the CZ, or a 5.7 Tech 9 if you're on the T side. That's something that adds a little extra with the loadout changes to CS2. Maybe even add the R8 instead of some pistol. I don't know why you'd add the R8, but you know, you theoretically could if you really wanted to.
Could be done. Poor Grizz. Poor Grizz. Caught every bit of that, HE. EG showing this Eco a lot of respect, though. Look at how patient they're being with it. 50 seconds on the clock. Got some serious spam damage early and utility damage. But eventually they're going to have to make their way in towards this site. It's just pistols to greet them. Not too much of a threat the party astronauts can bring to bear, but it's about this window peak. This window peak could get interesting. Junior's the one back with the bomb. Move his way on in. Chop does get a kill. But it's otherwise a sweep of the site. Spek making noise. Ben Leak, does he want to commit this rifle? He will get one, and at this point, now it's too tempting. Now the round is at risk, and Junior just getting around the corner there. This one's definitely on the table, but Junior will wipe it right off of it. Some of these rounds getting a little tentative, a little close here, Boggs, but at the end of the day, the scoreline reads 4-0 for the Evil Geniuses.
The scoreline at the end of the day is what matters. You can be tight rounds all the way through, but if you win the game at the end, you've won the game. And for EG, that would mean winning the series, although their money will end up taking a big hit. They continue winning rounds with such a narrow margin for victory. The op is out for Pwn alone, though, and that is something that can change the scope of these rounds for the party astronauts. He's going to take it peeking down B ramp. Nobody's peeking into him just yet. Flashes go long. Chop takes him. The box doing Pwn alone. He spots out Junior. The Walker was dealt with. Grizz out towards cave in the meantime. 3 players still towards B, but look at the lurk from Jeorge over towards A. He's gained some information, he's gained some space, and now he's reinforced by autimatic. The bomb making his long rotation through as well, and party astronauts shuffling into a bit of a 1-1-2 split, with 2 towards the B side. HexT just to delay and keep the players on B side occupied, not letting them stray back towards the wide open A. Ben in Donut can be a nuisance, but he's also a relatively easy player to isolate in the situation for EG.
Yeah, it's more about keeping him alive for the post plant,
Yeah.
I'd imagine, is the idea behind the setup, right? Denies the easy bomb plants, gives some harassment damage, maybe takes a pick and stays alive. Spek now committing further in towards the site means that this is a bit more of a hold. Certainly sees the shadow on autimatic, knows he's got him dead to rights, so setting up utility there. This is very awkward. But Spek fighting forward, Ben Lee getting that kill on mid. Now here's what this control of Donut allows them. It allows for the retake. It allows for the fight. It allows for you to make EG uncomfortable. With 28 seconds and no utility left, the problem is you have to get this bomb down while one of the smokes is still up, and now it's fading. You're in so much trouble. They're going to commit to the fight, but Chop's got him. Trade's likely not even good enough. Walko knows he needs a kill here. He's just not got the time for it. Has to try and commit to this plant. Oh, he'll do so, but Pwn got enough of a pixel there to put him down.
There's that first round for PA. Ben does a great job in Donut. Spek also on the site, getting that opener. Helps out a lot. And EG are going to use their first timeout very early into this game. They didn't use a single one on Overpass, no real reason to. But they're not satisfied in the manner of which they've been having victories, and they're not satisfied with the lack of economy after losing that first round. So they're going to go for a half-buy from the looks of things, and maybe not actually. As Glil's dropped over at autimatic. He's buying down deeper. Jeorge on a Tech 9. HexT still at 2450. They're uncertain of what they want to go for here. Party astronauts need to keep this one clean, though, regardless of the buy or lack thereof from EG. Party astronauts keep 4 up. Easily reinvest into the next round and start to try and build a bank on the CT side. But double Glil's, 3 P250s, that's not a bad buy up here for EG, considering the situation.
I'd almost like to see Junior go in a little more. I know he's saving for the AWP, but put some armor behind it.
I would agree with that.
Get
Maybe an extra flashbang or HE too.
But it'll be interesting to see how they try and maximize these guns with only the 2 sets of armor. Right now, it seems like they're hoping for some aggressive B main control to try and punish that. PA with this double cave setup aren't really interested in going beyond this, I'd imagine. At least not yet. Deep smoke in towards the door. Not even going to take the space behind it. That's interesting. But what I will say now is automatics work this way all the way through red, but you can see how aware PA are of this. Trop's going to go back to address it. He's trying to hold for it. You have spek as well in donut. Once this vision clears, there's a possibility that automatic gets pinched. Trying to go for this execute on towards B. The question is, does it pull chop away? Oh, it's done so. Changed his focus. Hasn't committed in. The bomb was spotted, but now automatic can work. And because he's been so quiet for so long, he's actually going to shift back in towards A. They killed the donut player. This is big trouble now for Party Astronauts. Bentley does not know. He does not know the timing of this, and automatic is actually just going to stick around to control this rotation. Ponalone's not looking for it. Oh, no. Big problems on. Ben has to hold strong. This bomb is being planted. He can't deny that, so it's already a successful round. And Ben now, one bullet. He's gone. What an incredible effort from the Evil Geniuses. Getting the kills in towards Donut. They just bisect the map. And automatic, secret agent, man. He only needs one kill ultimately to sow so much disarray in the setup.
Yeah, and if you waited, there's a good chance Ponalone ends up seeing him out of the peripheral or checks right for whatever reason. So he has to get that first kill. He has to secure that first one off the board. And he does just that. Great play by Automatic, sneaking into the back lines, hiding in their spawn, and striking where they would least expect it. EG flipped this one on its head and knocked Party Astronauts down a peg. I would say they take out the rocket booster, or maybe even both here. It's pistols again for PA on the CT side of Ancient. Their Ancient stats going back towards CSGO, rather equivalent between CT and T, with a slight favorability to the offense just by 1.9%. So it's not like there's that much of a difference between their offense and defense, at least historically in the last 3 months as a whole. Automatic plucking 1 and 2 from the pack. It takes a bit to try and get a third, and the Glock may have to be with Steel, and it will. HexT and Jeorge get the last couple. It's a flawless anti-eco for EG, but the damage done on round number 6 is really where things start to shift fully into the favor of the Evil Geniuses, where they establish a stranglehold on their map pick.
Looking like it. Still a lot of Counter-Strike to be played. 5 rounds of it, to be specific, in this wonderful MR12 world that we live in. But Party Astronauts, they're going to take a time out here. Talk things over, right? They recognize that this is the juncture where, okay, maybe it hasn't gone to plan, but it's still recoverable. We're going to have an investment here. We can figure out how to put this together and avoid getting picked apart. One thing that Evil Geniuses are going to do, or at least have certainly done so far this map, they're going to give you the space initially. They're going to hold back. They're going to see what you're trying to do and then figure out their counter blow. So the question is, for Party Astronauts, do you want to just hold back and see if you can, starve them of that information? Or do you want to take advantage of it and take aggressive posturing? Take that space from them, right? B main control, deep mid control. These are the things you can fight for. But you just have to be prepared that EG are going to come in with a vengeance. Speaking of which, actually, this is a much faster play from EG. So this is a change-up. They're straight in towards A main. They're not holding on to any B main control. They've got presence in mid. But establishing this control in towards A main, we could just see them go for a faster hit. Especially, I believe Automatic's got some vision. He's not seeing anybody push down mid, so he knows that information is a little bit starved. Yeah, they're going in. They're taking the space. So I kind of like this change-up for EG. See how it works out. Molotov making things difficult. Ben Leeds able to catch the first. The question's going to be Automatic. Lurking around here in towards mid. Can he catch the donut player? As has so often been the case, and indeed he can. His patience is rewarded. Now he controls the rotations. They're still down in numbers. They might need more from Automatic, and he knows he's got too many things to watch. That's the problem here. And as the smokes fade, now HexT and Junior are in a very tough spot. Need some kills to make this plant more comfortable. They got 50 seconds in which to operate. They should not have the option to bail out at this point, and I think they know it.
Yeah, they've got to commit here. They have to find an opening. They have to give themselves a window. That flash might just do it. Ponelone slips away. That is huge for PA. No chance for the bomb plant still.
They're doing it again. Same
yeah.
flash, same peek.
But he's not even holding it this time. He's going to peek into it now.
Oh, well, can't fault him for trying. Ponelone will get caught one way or another. Now it all falls to Hex. 14 seconds. Does need to die at some point in this, but damage, oh, well worth it. That extra kill is actually huge. Look at what it does to the PA economy. Well worth it. They'll be able to buy in, no problem on the Evil Geniuses side. Yes, they yield this round. Yes, this was such an important victory for Party Astronauts, but now Party Astronauts have to build. They have to, or it's curtains. It's over. This next round takes on so much importance.
Yeah, the weight continually shifting onto the shoulders of the Party Astronauts. EG already with 6. Not quite the best scoreline for him on the T side, but it's getting there. They're already in a good spot for it. And now they're just going to go for a fastball again down the middle, this time up towards B. Jeorge clearing out the angles, spots out Copy Cave, and he does find out Specs back towards Cube, but HexT is there for the refrag. Do they expect Bridge here, though? Autimatic watching. So is HexT. There is 1 for 1 again, going back the way of EG, and is this a save or is this a go for the old guard of PA? Ben and Ponelone, incredibly long-time teammates, and it does have to be a save. There's no option back in, and no money for the Party Astronauts.
Choke points controlled, no money to spare, an op on the retake now. I mean, they've got a lot to save as well, right? The molly, the flash, the smoke. But, oof, that is a gut punch of a round. Evil Geniuses, they let them get one breath and then immediately just shove them back under the water. This is painful if you're a fan of the Astronauts. There will be 7 on the board for Evil Geniuses. And reminder, if you're joining us, didn't watch map 1, EG are up. They won on Overpass. Now, this is their map pick, the first half of which is going swimmingly.
Oh, yeah. They're not even swimming on this green pool. They're in a nice ocean or maybe even just like a rooftop.
I don't know, man. The green pool looks like calming to me. You put some flowers on it. You light some candles. That could be like a little nature spot.
Like a lazy river sort of deal.
Like you might get some diseases afterwards, but wouldn't it be worth it?
I mean, as long as I get to go explore the megalith afterwards, yes.
There you go. Jeorge, taking all this ground, all this space, and shop drop means there is cave presence. For a moment, Grizzly does get something out of it. So well done from Grizz, but the bomb should be planted, and the end result should be Ponelone saving. Unlikely his teammates doing much the same.
Yeah, another save here from Party Astronauts, and at this point, the saves just become a curse. It's not a blessing at all. Just piles on the fact they're unable to get rounds on the board as we go in the last round or 2 of this half. There's just no window of opportunity for Party Astronauts to strike right back. The best case at 8-4. It is continually getting worse, and down goes Spek. He was just hunting for something, an upgrade perhaps, and he'll find nothing but sweet release in Hades' domain. The op and the FAMAS save again. The money is there to reinvest. And will EG go fast again? They've been picking up the pace here. It's about time for them to pump the brakes a little bit. Maybe even try and drift around a corner. Throw something off. But at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mid play, perhaps? No, default. Back to the slow play for the Evil Geniuses, and maybe a pick over toward B with this cave fight from Party Astronauts trying to stymie the aggression that EG have shown in the last few rounds. Does Walko expect this? He's about to be sandwiched. He's not looking behind, and the Grizzler gets him for the 1.
The Grizzler, huh? I like it. He's killed the Batman. And now, the actually got some control. I like it. Party Astronaut taking some initiative, making the move here, catching a player off guard, dropping utility as well to isolate that one out, giving themselves an advantage. Problem is, well, they also lost the other side of the map, and now they've lost B as well. What is this? Jeorge at least gets caught on his walkthrough. That could have been disastrous, but indeed it is. Bombs down. You've still got autimatic alive in mid. Chop is about to be a dead man. So now the only element of this retake is from CT, and look at the panic. They don't know which way to look to Ben and Pone alone. Can't save at this point. You gotta go, guys. They're just gonna go straight to their death. Nothing that can be done about it. 9 on the board for the evil geniuses. This domination continues.
The domination, I think, is a very accurate way to put it. I don't know if there's a better way to put it, Mike. It's just been EG all day, every single round. They've either been close or they've won it. There's been no real signs of success for the Party Astronauts here. Rounds in isolation, scrappy victories, and evil geniuses in full command of their map pick, map number 2 of this series. This would put them over the line and take this series 2-0 over the Party Astronauts as well. Spek runs right into Jeorge. They pass, ships in the night, but I believe Spek knows exactly what's just happened. He's flipped around 180. And, well, Grizz is there to support as well. Who
Grizz
gets
could
the
put a
first
bullet
kill?
in his teammate. Oh, no.
Yeah.
All good.
That was a little awkward.
Unusual to say the least, but again, it does give them an advantage, right? This is now 2 rounds in a row where Party Astronauts have gone out, taking the initiative. Last time didn't wind up working for them, but it was still a good play. From us right now, you can see it's like Party Astronauts already flinching for the second blow, and there it comes, autimatic. The counter punch now with mid control again. He's been so good at this, but Spek will deal with him. Keep the advantage in their favor. Hex just trying to solo dolo walk on to B. He got very far last time. Might here as well. Also in, teammate to hell. Grizz gonna burn. Hex reads it. And Grizz is stuck. How does he get out? Flashbang needed. Hex out of bullets. Will be dropped upon. And Spek now here. The cavalry on time. It's just gonna be Walker with 6 points of health. He'll get the bomb plant off, but Ben Leaf, this should be the chance to secure at least third round. He could do. But he's going to trust this one-shot headshot. Doesn't know the spacing on Ben. Doesn't know where he's coming from either, so it is causing him to doubt just a little bit. And Walker playing open, expecting the player cave. This is leaving himself so exposed. He took a gamble, and it did not pay off. Picking up the kit. Picking up the round. The half is over. The economy doesn't matter, Ben. But good habits, good to keep. We're headed to the break. This one could be quick. Evil Geniuses just need 4 rounds, and they're done. See if they can get them. Pistol round takes on a lot of importance in this kind of a situation. Seems like we're getting a faster one over towards B. The party astronauts, they'll hit the pause just a bit, see if some aggression's going to come through while they set up their take. Clearing out the corner, clearing out the nook, taking this space. It's a retake setup for EG, so they will be allowed full control. Party astronauts utility not doing them any good, but it will allow them to bomb plan if the bomb gets out of cave. Indeed it does. Now once these smokes fade, on comes the retake, and EG, making no secret about this, they're all coming from the same side. There's no window presence. There's no controlling towards mid. They're just going to go for a straight on. Taken towards site.
Numbers versus numbers. 5v5 on the retake. The Glock's up close, but Chop gets cut down. Walco charging in the cave, but Grizz goes 1 for 1. Podolon around the side pillar. Doubles up looking for more. Spek there to back him up. It's up to autimatic. Hero of the first pistol round, but not this time. 3 rounds prior, he got 4. This time, only 1. And Party Astronauts had to win this pistol or win the following 8 go, and they win the pistol round. This is step number 1 to potential comeback here. Still a very long road to go. They're down by 5, but that is box number 1 checked off for PA. A confident pistol round victory, and Evil Geniuses are circling. They're smelling the blood in the water, and they are buying up to counter this Galil round from PA. 2 MP9s, a CZ, a P250, and a Scout for Junior. And that
Going
Scout boosted up. I like this post. I love this boost.
Going for the knockout blow right here, right now. There's the check. Ooh, shot's not on. Shot's not on. Didn't connect. A little wide. Space will be taken. Rinse repeat of the pistol round. Sight's been lost. This time there's cave presence though, and Walco does get one with the CZ. A little something to boost up. Oh my goodness, look at the damage. Alone limping. The damage has been traded in kind. The question becomes, do EG want to commit through these choke points, or do they want to get an extra round with the upgraded guns? Automatics ahead of the smoke. Just looking like it could be the commit. Utility being tossed out here again. Starting to make the move. Ponalone burns into the Scout. He goes. Pressure on that smoke a little too deep. Leaves a window for Ben Lee. That misthrow may cost them, and indeed it does. Bitterly. Ben would be on for the ace, but Junior, well, he'll give it to him. Ben will take it, whether you give it or not. What a way to step up for the captain. And Party Astronauts survive the force.
Survive they do, but reinvest they must. Luckily for them, it's just going to be USPs and P2Ks on the CT side for guns. Not much of an upgrade coming forth here from the Evil Geniuses. A nade stack idea. Okay, let's see where this goes. I'm liking the idea. Probably something out towards mid. No, they're going to nade stack 2 isolated sites. 2, 3 towards B ramp. And the other 2 just going to hold on towards the nades on A. The nades do a gross amount of 31 points of damage. So 10 damage per nade. 10.3 damage roughly. I thought it was going to be a lot better, but Party Astronauts, they skirt by it. They move up towards Snake and dodge the proverbial bullet. Or in that case, artillery strike.
Sometimes a literal bullet. Move on out. Walker was cleared. There he swings. Okay. No lazy clears here for the Party Astronauts. They can't afford that kind of a mistake. That almost got a little weird for Junior, but it's all good. No harm, no foul, no bodies lost, no hope of winning this round for the Evil Geniuses. So, elbow spotted. 6 will almost certainly be on the board at this point, and the SMG is making some extra money here as well. Well done. 3 kills coming through off the MAC 10s. That's some extra cash in the pocketbook. And Party Astronauts have closed this gap to 3.
Gap down to 3. but there's still the gun round to contest with. The full buy here for EG. The op out for Junior. Just Mac 10s, Galils, the 1 AK on Ben. Party Astronauts have to get this done. They end up in a bad spot. They do have money, yes. Don't want to let EG get to 10. At least do a lot of damage with these guns here.
I'm
If
fighting.
you are to lose the round.
And Donut is interesting, right? It's a tough angle to hold. But Junior's confident into it. Walko potentially with a lot of action around him. And it's automatic instead. Who's going to get called first? That opens up Red Room. Ben Lee repeating some of the success that Walko himself, or that automatic rather, himself was having in the first half. But Junior and Jeorge, J&J hold strong in the donut. But now this is going to be a really tough spot to clear out.
I think they
know
know
where
Ben
the player could be through. They're trying to re-clear this, but questions about timing here. Ben Lee coming all the way around. There's not the mid pinch. So it's a little bit awkward, but EG have flowed out of the donut. Is there a smoke for this? There's no smoke. They're going to have to do with mollies and flashes, and they've just lost their CT player. Losing Ben Lead is really costly here. Shot manages to get the numbers pushed in, but now they're going to know because of that vision from Junior, because of Jeorge now clearing in towards A main. Got a good read on the positioning, so they're going to take the fight to Junior, but he's going to punish. And it's all over. Junior, nice series of kills into that round. Nice way to get a 10th on the board for EG.
Great way to get that 10th on the board for EG. And they keep 4 alive, so that's huge for the economy. Junior's op shows up on CT's side. The first round, he gets it in his hands. And EG now 3 rounds away from taking this series. And a very important one, considering the standings at this point in NAECL. Party Astronauts, a long road back in again, but they have this one buy. They get the bomb down, they can buy again, but at this point, those little small, okay, they can at least buy again, are going to run out. They only have 2 more rounds as margin for error. They cannot afford a third. The op from Home Alone needs to shine, it needs to shimmer. Real contact afterwards. Middle automatic takes some spam through the smoke.
I think there was vision.
Broadsides.
They busted it by smoke. There's a little bit of vision on that one. It's fortunate that wasn't a headshot. But as it is, a lot of space here in towards the Red Room and automatic. He's going to be frozen up by this. Has to know it's a possibility the player's right here. Actually gonna give it up. So Spek's got a lot of room to rumble. Ooh, gets the vision, gets the spot. Util coming over. How did PA want to read this? Had all that positioning. Put the smoke down. Lost the control. And Junior's back out of it. Bold. Knew he had to reposition or to get painted into a corner. And so he is, in fact, out. But you can tell they don't know where Spek is exactly.
Not yet. Not quite yet. Walko's in a dangerous spot, too, but Spek finally gets caught out. That stabilizes things, and the peek in from Walko yield to almost a second, but Grizz able to shut him down for one. HexT, however, cuts out the chop as he tries to cross into sight. Jeorge is flanking through. Grizz is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He has to push on out. There's a big one from the off of Pone Alone, 3v2 with all wounded on the EG side. Take the bomb plant, bait out the peak. Level, but not for long. Junior's there for one more, and Grizz gets caught from behind. 11 on the board, the Evil Geniuses. A paltry 6 for Party Astronauts, and no money for the T side. They're dead broke here. They can force, sure, and they might force here, because 6 rounds in a row is incredibly unlikely, but so is winning a round with a force buy. This kind of money would entail. It's not a good situation at all for Party Astronauts. They should have 2 timeouts left, Mike. I would have liked to see one used here. They're just going to half into it. Deagle's on 3, P250 on 1. No utility whatsoever. They're relying on shots and damage, maybe a salvaged gun. The nade strike doesn't do much, but neither does that boost. And the Evil Geniuses really settling in now. Deep mid presence from Jeorge. Walko up on Snake. And this segmented hold from the default of the T side about to be cut in half here. And Junior. He's been good. Won't miss that kind of a peek.
Certainly will not. A little bit of a cheeky boost up here outside the cave in case they get antsy, but with a 5v4 now, they don't really need to. And Jeorge is actually taking space. He was huge in the last round. Timely peek out of A main, alleviated the pressure in towards mid, and then of course he gets the last kill of the round, but it's all about right place, right time for Jeorge in that one, and might be doing that again. Anticipating some sort of a mid play. You got this automatic Jeorge setup. Doesn't mean they've gone light on A itself, but Jeorge, yes, he can get that trade. Not an ideal, obviously, that you lose the guy in the first place, but Jeorge, oh my goodness, the spray control making good on it. He even got damage on Pwn alone, enough that the nade finishes him off. 6 rounds, 6 series points here at Boggs. They just need one.
One is all they need. Party Astronauts desperately trying to hang on for dear life, buy into this with all they can muster. Galil's on 2, AK's on 3. The utility is good. Ben. Okay, he sells a flashbang and gets an AK, so AK's on 4. Sacrificing 1 extra piece of utility for that extra firepower. A decent trade that. And an A lean heavily in favor here for the Party Astronauts. Junior essentially soloing as his team is so far removed out through donut into mid. He takes that shot, misses the opportunity, and backs away towards CT spawn. Drops that smoke as mid's now the rotation from the Party Astronauts. Smokes and mollies down the peak from Walco, and that's 1+ damage. Chop runs through. Will he be spotted? Will he catch the timing? And neither former teammate will run into the other as autimatic drops all the way down bottom middle, trying to put the final nails in this Party Astronauts coffin and ship them off into the heart of a star.
Pause here in the middle round. Both sides very light towards A. You just got Junior peering in. There's no donut control, which we've seen EG go for a lot. They're just leaving Jeorge here in the cubby. Same position he was playing last round, but no automatic to play off of. Gonna have a flashbang, but no kill on it. Walco, though, will secure that B main control and keep the advantage in their favor. Timing beautiful there for autimatic. Ben Leet was just trying to get caught in transition. The swing back gets him past the off, but Junior, he'll just be further into the fight, and that's it. That is all she wrote for the Party Astronauts. Well done there from the Evil Geniuses. That is a really, really encouraging victory if you're a fan of the Evil Geniuses. Good, strong showing on Overpass, even when there were rounds where we think, frankly,